Hi, I'm Christopher Walker with Closely Observed English. In this video, we're going to look at the FCE and CAE speaking. I'm going to count back through the top 5 mistakes people make. Number 5 is answering the first question in too much detail. When you come into the exam, the examiner will probably ask you where you're from. The right answer is, I'm from Poland, if you're from Poland, or I'm from Spain. If you like, you could say, I'm from Madrid in Spain, or I'm from Krakow in Poland. Don't give a long answer here, like, I come from the town of Bielsko-Biała, which is a small industrial city in the south of Silesia, famous for its coal production, or something, I don't know. And the problem there is that it's obviously a rehearsed answer. The examiner will know this. The interlocutor will lean forward and with their hand go, thank you. And then you will feel a little bit weird because already the interlocutor doesn't seem happy with you. So to recap then, when they ask you where you're from, just tell them the name of the country and wait for the next question. Soon you'll get some real questions you can sink your teeth into, and then you can speak a lot more. Number 4. This is a personal bugbear really, but in the picture round, so round 2, please don't start by saying on the first picture. It's in the first picture, in the second picture. That's the right preposition. But if you do make this mistake a lot, there's a very easy solution. Don't say which picture. Remember, the interlocutor and the assessor can both see you. Just point at the picture and say, here we can see some people doing something. Number 3. Believe it or not, this problem even affects CAE students who really should know better. Again, in part 2, where you have pictures to talk about, it's not a picture description that the examiners want. You have questions to answer. For example, perhaps the picture shows somebody swimming. Don't spend all of your time talking about what kind of swimming they're doing, the colour of their swimming trunks, how cold the water might be. Instead, focus on the question, which might be, what is difficult about doing this? Or what might the person be enjoying about swimming? In that case, you can really go to town with your modals. They might be feeling cold. They might be finding this difficult. It's possible that they could be. They must be. These sort of expressions are good, but spending your whole minute describing what's in the picture will get you nowhere. Number 2. After you've had your long turn in the FCE and CAE speaking, it's time to work with your partner. And here you'll have what we call the collaborative task. You'll have a situation to discuss together. For example, here are 5 things that people have to consider when making a decision. Now, the worst thing you could possibly do here to start is to give a superlative as your first statement. You look at the list and say, oh, this one's the most difficult, or this one's the most important. Wait, that's going to come up soon anyway, so there's no rush. After 2 minutes of discussing each point with your partner, the interlocutor will stop you and say, you now have 1 minute to decide, and then the thing that you've probably already decided. And that's the problem with reaching this conclusion so soon. You find that actually you've got nothing to talk about later. And that brings us to mistake number 1. And this is something that is true through the whole exam for FCE and CAE. You must learn to forgive yourself if you make a mistake. It's only natural to make a mistake. Everyone makes mistakes all the time. The problem in the speaking test is that when you make a mistake, it can go to your head, it can affect your concentration, it can make you choke, it can make you want to cry. And if you do that, you will lose a lot of time that's remaining to you. For example, you start to choke up after part 2 because you got the question wrong or you didn't understand it. And then part 3 comes and you're not concentrating. You miss out on the opportunity to get some marks. And that's what's important. Cambridge use a positive marking scheme. So don't worry about the mistakes you made. Concentrate on what you're going to do next and get the most marks you possibly can. And that's it. Hopefully, if you listen to those 5 tips and you avoid those 5 common mistakes, you'll have a more successful speaking test. So, good luck to you. Bye.